All right, so this is the beginning. This is the very first vlog post that I have. Little rundown. So basically, I want this to be a vlog about mystic, spiritual, philosophical literature, texts, readings, tidbits. I would like this to be just something I do every day, you know? Maybe every day. We'll see. Let me move you here. Okay. Yeah, so this is the very first time I'm doing this. This is something I'm hoping is going to be fun and interesting for you all, because it's going to be fun and interesting for me either way. You know, I've been receiving spiritual stuff, books, you know, people give it to me all the time. I'd say it's been happening since I was 8. People just love to give me, you know, books and poetry and stuff like that. You know, I've always taken interest in it too. You know, it's not like it falls on deaf ears. I love it. And I hope you'll see the passion that I have for this kind of stuff. It's so fun and interesting to me. I can't wait to share it with you. And hopefully this will be the start of a long journey. Yeah, so let's get started. Okay, so the book that I selected for vlog number 1, we're gonna do the Veda. So I have a tendency to do the Eastern stuff. Hindu, Buddhist. I want to get more into Sikh literature. You know, I'm really digging what they're all about. Maybe we can do some Muslim stuff too. Anything, you know, if it's wise, if it's cool, if it's insightful. I want to dive into it like a pool of water, you know what I mean? So this book is basically like this is a translation of the Veda. It was originally in Sanskrit. I'll show you the front cover. A lot of Sanskrit, look at that. Who can read that? You know, not me. So I am grateful to be able to read an English translation, which I'm sure is butchered. But I love it anyway. So let's get started. Okay, so one thing I want to preface this with, this is not my literature. I did not write it. This is translation again, and it's published by Penguin Classics. So the way it was written is there is a short annotation before the text right there, and then all of this is what I'm going to be reading to you. It's about 7 paragraphs. Here we go. This is the creation hymn, or the Nasadiya. And here's the annotation. It says, "This short hymn, though linguistically simple, with the exception of 1 or 2 troublesome nouns, is conceptually extremely provocative and has indeed provoked hundreds of complex commentaries among Indian theologians and Western scholars. In many ways, it is meant to puzzle and challenge, to raise unanswerable questions, to pile up paradoxes." Ooh. That's how you know you're going to get into something good. You know, it's one of the cool things about the East is they have these questions and they don't have answers necessarily. They really just raise the question, and I love that. It's so fun. So let's get into this. This is the actual text. This is the actual translation of the Veda. All right. "There was neither non-existence nor existence then. There was neither the realm of space nor the sky which is beyond. What stirred? Where? In whose protection? Was there water bottomlessly deep? There was neither death nor immortality then. There was no distinguishing sign of night nor day. That one breathed, windless, by its own impulse. Other than that, there was nothing beyond. Darkness was hidden by darkness in the beginning. with no distinguishing sign, all this was water. The life force that was covered with emptiness, the one arose through the power of heat. Desire came upon that one in the beginning. That was the first seed of mind. Poets seeking in their heart with wisdom found the bond of existence in non-existence. Their cord was extended across. Was there below? Was there above? There were seed placers. There were powers. There was impulse beneath. There was giving forth above. Who really knows? Who will here proclaim it? Whence was it produced? Whence was it this creation? The gods came afterwards with the creation of this universe. Who then knows whence it has arisen? Whence this creation has arisen, perhaps it formed itself. Perhaps it did not. The one who looks down on it, in the highest heaven, only he knows. Or perhaps he does not know. So, one of the things that I think is interesting is that it starts talking about wind and water and the elements, before existence even was created. This is the empty slate that the world was made on, and it talks about all of this was water. That one breathed, windless in its own impulse. I think, imagine yourself 3,000 years ago. Your existence is tribal in nature. There's no TVs or anything like that. Try to get yourself in that mindset and think, what would the world look like without anything? What is the blank palette? If there's a God and it's painting the earth itself, what is it painting on? And to me, these people 3,000 years ago, they couldn't imagine space because they don't have the telescopes. They couldn't imagine, dark matter because they just don't know what that is. But what they can imagine is maybe the darkness of very deep oceans. Something very primal like that. It's just the fundamentals of our world and our existence. That's probably what their minds went to. They couldn't conceptualize existing without gravity. While we here know in this time what no G's looks like. People, ooh, we understand that. Back then, that just doesn't make sense to them. Their mind doesn't get that. But what they do understand is how basic water is, how fundamental that is to their existence. And I think that they see it that way, that's what existence is built upon, is water. So anyway, guys, that is one take on the Rig Veda. That's and it's just one passage of the Rig Veda. Very, very inspiring one. I really enjoy reading it. To me, when I read it, it makes me think big thoughts, and it makes me think of our ancestors and the people who came up with the idea of the great beyond before we were here. That's a precursor to our ideas of what the great beyond are. And, this is the first episode, so I'm really grateful that you watched. We'll get more into more of this stuff. So just, leave me a comment or whatever. If you want to subscribe, do so. And, we'll keep doing this. I'll keep doing this no matter what. Thanks for watching.